Today we're going to talk about the most dangerous neighborhoods in San Antonio. But what I'm going to show you is where these neighborhoods are and if there's any opportunity for these neighborhoods to change, because that is where you'll get the most appreciation and you'll know insider information. So I Googled where does San Antonio rank in crime, and it actually surprisingly says it is the 8th safest city in America. I dug a little deeper, and according to Neighborhood Scout, it's almost double the amount of crime than the entire state of Texas. Your chances of becoming a violent crime victim is 1 out of 133 people, and if you are a victim, let me know your story. And in Texas, overall, you only have 1 out of 220 chance of being a violent crime victim. I'm Trey with the Cavalry Group, brokered by Real, the worst San Antonio realtor. AreaVibes.com has the list of the 10 most dangerous neighborhoods in San Antonio. And looking at these neighborhoods, I've actually been in these neighborhoods. I've worked as a police officer in the city, and I've shown homes in the city in these neighborhoods. So let's talk about them. First up on the list is East Terrell Hills. This neighborhood is literally right next to the suburb of Terrell Hills, which is its own little city within San Antonio. East Terrell Hills is very different in prices than it is in Terrell Hills. In East Terrell Hills, you can buy houses around the 210, 230, 209, 279, and the houses are actually pretty nice. On average, you're gonna see 3-bedroom, 2-bath, around 1,700 to 1,800 square feet. I actually really like the location of East Terrell Hills because you're right on 35, minutes away from 410, and you can get pretty much anywhere in the city in about 15-20 minutes. This is considered the northeast side, which is where Elon is building his mega factory, and also is coming the huge expansion on 35, which is around $4.4 billion, which makes accessibility a lot easier on this side. And for the price, it's not bad. Although East Terrell Hills has a crime statistic of 317% more crime than the city of San Antonio. Average sales price is $210,000, and the average sold price really tanked all the way down to $105,000. And not a lot of people are buying in East Terrell Hills, so it could be an opportunity. Next up on the list is Pecan Valley. This neighborhood I've actually sold homes in, and I've toured these neighborhoods. I really like that the homes are a little more spread apart. It's also very close to Brook City Base, which is really, really growing. It's on the southeast side of San Antonio. Homes in Pecan Valley are $108,000, $179,000, $282,000, but typically I would say on average, they're going to go around $198,000. In the last month, it actually went up in price, $9,300. Average sold price tanked, which is also the rest of the city, but it's actually starting to creep back up at around $188,000. Pecan Valley has some very beautiful homes, and also the traffic is very minimal compared to other parts of the city. And Pecan Valley has 254% more crime than the city of San Antonio average. Pecan Valley, you have easy access to Texas A&M, the Toyota factory, and all the manufacturing jobs that are happening on the southeast side and the northeast side. We also have clients that have investment properties that cash flow really well in this area. Next neighborhood is going to be Mission San Jose, which is right near the Missions in the south side of San Antonio. This area hasn't really developed much in the last 10 years, but recently there has been new restaurants and spas, and it's really starting to revitalize as they extend the San Antonio Riverwalk to connect the Missions all the way to the touristy area of the Riverwalk, which will expand development. Homes here are around 200, 130, even 400,000, and there seems to be a lot of inventory for sale in this area. The change has happened very, very recently, so we don't see a huge spike in average sold price and the number of homes sold. And Mission San Jose has 299% more crime than San Antonio. At least it wasn't 300. The next two neighborhoods I'm gonna lump together because they're very close in proximity, and the average sold price and median price is about the same. Cable Westwood is the west side of San Antonio, and you have average prices around 188, 200, even 100,000, 170, 155, which is pretty average around these areas. And then it's in the Thompson community, is just south of Highway 90. You have very similar prices around 136, 179, 220, 173. But what's interesting about Thompson is is you have a $90,000 increase in sales price, and it is right next to the old Kelly Air Force Base, which is where Boeing and a lot of the technology in Port San Antonio is located. So I would definitely watch this area for renovations and flipped houses, added businesses, and I think it's going to attract people to that area. But of course, I have to mention the crime rating for the Thompson community is 273% more crime than San Antonio, and Cable Westwood 272. The neighborhood of Denver Heights has been very popular with flippers and developers. They dumped a lot of money into the development of Denver Heights to try to catch up to the gentrification and changes that happened at the Pearl area, but they may have dumped a little bit too much money and it's not catching up because there's so many homes for sale that are not selling. And Denver Heights, according to Area Vibes, has 331% more crime in San Antonio. There's so many homes for sale in Denver Heights, and they range from everywhere, from 200,000, 210,000, to 238 to 425,000. Even this very beautiful $565,000 home, this is a gorgeous home, could potentially be a really awesome Airbnb. But as we look at the market snapshot on my website, it pretty much nailed it. It decreased the average sales price of $36,000. Average days on market are 140 days, which is more than double what we're seeing in the city of San Antonio. There was that huge plummet, but we are starting to see it creep up a little bit as rates improve, as builders and sellers are giving more incentives to move these homes off the market. So Denver Heights is something that you should be watching because there could be more developments. There is a ton of great restaurants in Denver Heights and a lot of things to do. It's very close to the Alamo Dome and the Riverwalk. These two neighborhoods I'm going to talk about together because they're very close to each other and have very similar price ranges. You have Eastwood Village and Wheatley Heights. Now, Wheatley Heights and Eastwood Village take the number 1 and 3 spots. Wheatley Heights, 373% more crime in San Antonio. Eastwood Village, 365% more crime in San Antonio. House ranges to 155, 189, 215, and Wheatley Heights as low as 130, 145, and lots for 32,000. I haven't seen a lot of major commercial developments in the area. The city did say that they have a lot of plans to improve parks and schools and infrastructure, and the final area, which is the shallow west side, called Villa de San Antonio, but us locals just call it the shallow west side. Here, homes are 77,000, 95,000, 154,000, 100,000. There's a lot of inventory on this side, and there hasn't been a lot of commercial developments or changes really to these neighborhoods that I've seen. And Villa de San Antonio, or the shallow west side, is 366% more dangerous than the city of San Antonio. If you're looking to move around the San Antonio area, our team would love the opportunity to work with you. I'm the worst San Antonio realtor because I cut the sales fluff and give you the truth. Shoot us a message.